What's up, everybody? We're back, episode number 51 with Maury, aka. Is it 52? Episode number 52. I know that. I typed it out earlier and forgot already.
It is.
I'm thrown off. We usually record at like 10 a.m. It's 5:30. As you can see, the light is cresting through my window, putting a terrible glare on my face. But today we're talking about someone very important. Someone who's made it into the news cycle within the last 2 weeks, too, in more places than expected, because he finally turned heel. I'm not talking about Elon Musk. I'm talking about John Cena. Took the wrestling world by storm, making waves, kicking Cody Rhodes directly in the nutsack as hard as he can.
And making no more wishes.
Yeah, John Cena said, "Fuck them kids." Ironically enough, John Cena did do a couple Make-A-Wishes that day, the day he turned heel. At the Elimination Chamber, did a couple Make-A-Wishes.
What do you say before or after?
What do you mean?
Did you say before or after?
Before the event. Those kids don't want fucking anything.
He just
to do with John Cena
shows
anymore.
back up and just slaps.
Okay. All right. So I guess we should do this. Tyler, you're the wrestling god here. Why don't you give, for the listeners here, a brief rundown of exactly who John Cena is and how
John
this
Cena
came to be, this album.
All right, John Cena, born John Edward Cena. That's not true. I don't know that.
Edward?
No, I don't know that. So I think Cena probably debuted in the WWE in 2003, 2004, right around there. This album itself came out in 2005.
Yeah.
So John Cena was big on the WWE's like independent circuit at the time called OVW and stuff. Was the prototype John Cena. Eventually made his way into the main roster of the WWE. The first SmackDown John Cena wrestled on, he wrestled against Kurt Angle and almost beat him. I remember watching that live as a kid and just being like, oh, who's this John Cena guy? And then there was like a whole thing. I think like the Undertaker like shakes his hand afterwards or something like that. And that's initially the moment where John Cena just gets a rocket strapped straight to his back and eventually becomes arguably the biggest wrestler of the 2000s, let's say. Or not a wrestling fan.
2010.
You know who John Cena is? Oh, 2010s. I'll give you 2010s.
I know the memes, yeah.
Yeah, John Cena is like one of those wrestlers who just has kind of outgrown wrestling itself. I would say The Rock is the other one, and probably fuck him, but probably Hulk Hogan.
Well, Batista.
Undertaker.
I'd say Batista's kind of gotten that.
I feel like everyone knows.
Well, Batista more so now, but like Hulk Hogan had like the 1980s on lockdown. Like everybody knew who Hulkamania was, and then kind of the same thing. Rock and Stone Cold, I would say you could probably even make an exception for two of them at the same time period. And then you have John Cena, who was like still arguably one of the biggest stars in professional wrestling of all time. But essentially the man, once he gets the world title for the first time, doesn't lose a match for like the next 180 years.
Yeah.
Well, he regained it like 15 times, so he did lose it.
Right.
But he just kept winning it back.
Yeah. Eventually, John Cena gets very hated by the crowd because John Cena had about 5 wrestling moves that he does. So I would say in the 2010s, everybody hated John Cena. The kids still like John Cena because
What's his finisher called?
So it has
attitude adjustment.
It
isn't
used to be called the FU.
Oh, what am I?
No, you're right. Attitude adjustment.
Oh,
no, you're right.
Attitude adjustment is right.
Yes.
Yeah.
But they changed the name at some point when they transitioned from TV 14 to like the PG.
Yeah.
John Cena also has one of the moves that he does is called the 5-knuckle shuffle, which I'm actually still shocked that they said that on TV regularly.
Why?
Or you don't know that's a slang term for something?
I don't get it.
Okay, hold on. 5-knuckle shuffle is a slang term for what? If you had to guess what it is.
Stealing something?
No, jerking off.
Okay.
The 5-knuckle shuffle.
You would know
so
that.
Like,
you would know all about
that. Jordy knows about it too.
I would say Jordy knows all about that too.
But that's only because of being a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
A wrestling fan, a jerking off fan.
It's
But also, he's got the STFU, so that still gets a pass somehow, right?
It does because it's the worst submission hold in the world.
Are wrestlers allowed to have
It
multiple
is.
specials? You can't have out here having multiple
Yeah, you can
specials.
have multiple, they call them signature moves.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like we don't deal much in finishing moves anymore because the finishing move, unlike the 80s and 90s, is no longer protected. And by protected, I mean like, say you and Jordy are wrestling. Jordy has defeated 20 opponents with his pile driver before, but Ori kicks out of the
Oh,
pile
well,
driver.
first of all, Ori wouldn't be the first to kick out of that
Yeah,
finisher.
no,
I know. This is a fantasy realm.
because you would never get me
But
in the
now,
first place. Just
so once the first person kicks out of the pile driver, you're like, oh, the pile driver is not the finishing move anymore. Because it may not happen in the 22nd match, it may not happen in the 23rd match, but it might happen on the 24th match. And then eventually, the pile driver loses its efficacy, and the pile driver's not even scary anymore. It's the same idea as the super kick. Shawn Michaels took the sweet chin music, turned it into the finishing move, and now fucking everybody and their brother does super kick.
And
But I
now
digress.
there's
We're
the
talking about John
Japanese
Cena.
wrestling where you do a finisher and get immediately up from it and get hit with another finisher. And
Yeah.
then whoever lands 4 or 5 finishers is the one who wins that match.
Yeah, some modern wrestling just looks like NFL Blitz.
Very true.
well, speaking
Ori's gonna fucking kill themselves today.
it's
But I
possible.
guess we should say that like John Cena, when he finally found his, ironically, I'm going to say this, his groove, was he took on a rapper gimmick, because at first he wasn't, and then I heard on a podcast, I guess he pretended to be a rapper in like a Halloween segment, and they actually liked it, so that became his gimmick from there on out.
Wait,
Yeah,
this
I
was like
mean-
a on-screen thing?
Yeah,
I didn't know
the
that.
Doctor of Thuganomics. You don't know about the Doctor of Thuganomics?
I don't. I thought
Damn,
this was
man.
just
My time is
like
up,
a
my time
cash
is now.
grab.
No, so evidently Jordy's right in like that story and stuff. Evidently, like Stephanie McMahon had heard like John Cena freestyle, and they're like, "Wait, you can do that?" He's like, "Yeah." Blah 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 blah. And they're like, "All right, now you have to, now you have to fucking do it on TV every week."
I just
There's
love the idea
probably-
of a bunch of rich white people hearing a white dude freestyle and be like, this guy.
That's it. That's the one. Get him. Let him rap. But yeah, there's probably a pretty good compilation of John Cena freestyles on YouTube. So after you're done listening to this, go watch that.
No, I'm good for like my lifetime.
Yeah, but John Cena like had the matching fitted caps with the jerseys and the jorts and had like the big fucking chain with the lock on it. He used that as like John Cena did have a heel run in like 2005 to 7 maybe, where he would take that big bike chain and like wrap around his fist and punch people with it and stuff. But
Well, it's like before he won the belt. I feel like before he won the belt, he was more of a heel character.
yeah. And then John Cena became so big, John Cena got his own kind of title belt. The spinner belt that you see is a John Cena thing.
I remember that. Oh, jeez.
Fucking spinner. You keep. Ori, live Photoshop me the belt right here, real quick.
No, I'm good.
Look at my belt.
I'm good.
I got a belt right here. I'm the champ now. But I think we got to get into it before Ori slips a noose around their neck.
I don't know which is worse, talking
Yeah.
about his career or talking about his music career. It's
I mean, he's a
Well-
16-time world champ. So
And you said this went platinum, right? This album.
I'm fairly sure. I'm pretty sure I read that somewhere.
It was at least extremely popular, but you'd never know that by the music on it.
Yeah, WWE's fudging some numbers somewhere. Because WWE, I don't know how the royalties for this album come out because WWE is technically the main artist on this album.
I have a point to say that, and the album's title is technically WWE. Your time is whatever. You can't see me or whatever.
So back in like the late 90s, early 2000s, WWE used to release compilation CDs of entrance musics and stuff. There'd be like Volume 5, Here Comes the Pain or whatever. I remember I had like one that was like an anthology one that had like 3 discs, and it was like the golden era in the 80s, and it was like the 90s, and then like the early 2000s at that time. But I mean, they don't do much of that anymore because the themes suck actually now. So
Well, and I think didn't like that CFO guy that was doing a lot of them get in some sort of trouble. I can't say what it was. I just remember there was big falling out with like their main producer.
yeah, I don't think he did anything bad. I think the WWE just didn't rehire him for the money he wanted. So they hired whatever the person doing them now is, and they all fucking suck actually.
Mm-hmm.
There's no Jim Johnston.
Well, speaking of the album, let me give the listeners the intro to track 1, and then I have a question that's wrestling related.
Okay. Time is up. Time is now. Can't see.
Also, is
We
all his
probably had a
freestyling
little
of Flintstones? I
So
want to see
let
the
me tell
moment
you.
they were like in the studio and they're like, "We need an ad lib here. Like, what are we gonna do?" And they're like, "Do something from the Flintstones." He's like, "I got you."
Yamano. He's done that for 20 years in his career too.
It's
Like that's been a part of his entrance music since that song became like.
Mm-hmm.
What's your wrestling question before we get into track number 1?
So like I think everyone's heard this song just because of the meme and everything, and I didn't ever listen to the whole thing, so I didn't know the lyrics. But what is a 3-second tan? Am I supposed to know what that
I
is?
don't. No, I have no idea what that is.
Do you know what like? If
What's
they
the-
hate,
what's
let
the
them
line
hate. I
before-
drop your
Google
whole
up.
clan. Lay your ass down for the 3-second tan. Like I was thinking 3-second like a pin.
Yeah,
But-
I mean that could be a reference to a pin. I would say you're correct in thinking that.
I've never. I think it might. He might even say this again in another song. Way later. It's like the last. It's like the very last lyric. Oh no, it's not. It's like the last. No, it's not even the last verse. It's the first. It's the ending of verse 1.
I'm Googling, and anything I get is either people asking what it means from the John thing, Cena's thing, or videos of trigonometry for beginners. So
Oh wait, I forgot I'm on Genius. So I can just click it.
sine,
He's
cosine,
gonna
and
pin you
tangent.
down, just like when he does when he's wrestling. The 3-second tan refers to the 3 seconds it takes for the pin wrestler to lose the fight. The 3 times the referee slaps the canvas. But what does that have to do with tan?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
Yeah, I don't know.
You
I
lay
still
in a
think it's
tanning bed, I
trigonometry
guess?
for
I don't know.
beginners. I think it's trig for beginners, honestly. But anyways, you heard the clip. Number 1, My Time Is Now, which is the classic John Cena horns that everybody knows. I mean, you love them too, right? You hear those, you get a little happy. I like the horn sample too, until you fucking hear it for the entire song. You just hear that, and you're just like, oh my god, can it fucking keep going? And just when you think it's over, it's so fucking annoying.
Yeah, like all I said, I had very little. I just said the classic entrance music. Without it being so iconic, this song is unbelievably bad.
There are some pretty decent, there's some decent lines in this song, though. I'll say that. The bars are pretty good in this one. They came out swinging. The song could have been about 45 seconds long, though, and I would have been okay.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait. I
man.
didn't know about the lock thing, but that's a good line, actually, now that I know about it. Plus, I keep it on lock like I'm part of the jail, and it's like, you wore the lock? Oh, okay, I see you.
He did. He wore it was a thick ass chain. Sure, I don't know if it was real or
Yes.
gimmicked, but like,
I had
that's a
another
gimmick
question.
chain there, brother.
It's the does he have like a nickname with like franchise or something? Is that another one of his?
No, I've never heard anybody
No.
refer to him as like the franchise John Cena.
I remember you could choose that as a nickname in what was that NBA Street game? Yeah, it was on NBA Street. You could nickname your dude the franchise. That's the only thing I can get. Maybe he's just a really big NBA Street kind of guy.
Yeah, I love NBA Street. Volume 2, though, not the first game or the third game. What do you guys say about this one, Ori?
That was all I had for the notes because I've heard the song so many times. It's just most of the rhymes are just kind of sometimes they're kind of witty and sometimes they're just really like something that like a 13-year-old would think goes hard or something.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that, and it only gets worse.
That's exactly how all in this song this album sounds. It's like some kid that's like 11 years old is just like, dude, this is the greatest thing I've ever done. And it's just like, and he was like, oh, let's loop that for 4.5 minutes.
Yeah.
All right.
If it weren't for the iconicness of it, it would be a non-factor in my life, I feel like.
All right, hit us with number 2, Ori.
All right, number 2 is called "Don't F *** with us."
If I'm creeping on you,
It's called Don't
click,
Frog
clack,
With
nickel,
Us.
back, knick-knacks. If you got heaters on you, spitting back live rounders with 5-pounders. If we
Yeah, so that's a song. The bass,
It sure is a song.
it's kind of funky. There's a lot of like funk influence in this album, I feel like.
Yeah, you could call it that, I suppose. Some real funk influence. This guy's a real big George Clinton fan.
Dude, I put, wow, the fart noise is so unflattering. I get reps that have repetitive beats, but holy hell. And then I just got a couple of quotes here for lyrics. Clean you like dishes. That's one of those teenager, I just, got him with a sick burn.
Oh,
Kinda
shit.
Oh, clean you like dishes.
Yep. And then our boy Trademark, who's on a lot of these titles, or on these tracks, said, I refine my game fucking famous bitches. Like, okay. I don't
Does
know
make
how
you a
that
better
refines
rapper.
your game, but all right. And then here was so I mentioned a lot, I think off camera, we had mentioned there's so many weird niche references. Like, I imagine this is what it's like talking to me when like you're not in the same stuff that I'm into. But he's like throwing
Yes.
heat, looking like Fernando Valenzuela. Valenzuela?
Oh,
Either
Fernando
of you know.
Valenzuela's. Yes, Fernando Valenzuela is a MLB player from the 1980s for the LA Dodgers, who was then a Spanish, like a commentator too for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I had never
knew
known
that?
this.
No,
and I
you
was
looked that
into
up.
baseball for a while.
I do that.
No, I see the
Really?
fucking Google through your glasses reflection.
No, I swear to God.
I had to
They
Google it.
talk about him.
I have
They
nothing.
talk about him since the Dodgers won the World Series last year. I watched a lot of the World Series last year, and they talked about him.
All right.
Nothing. That was a big old blank for me. I had to Google. By the way, before we move on, I did a tally of how many times specifically Trademark says the name Trademark in there.
Yep.
And not times where other other people on the track say his name. He himself says it 22 times. That's more times than there are tracks on this album. And still no one knows who this guy is.
It's the DJ
So-
Khaled effect, brother.
I gotta drop some knowledge on you here real quick. But number 2, Don't Fuck With Us. There were 3 cheeses referenced in this song. I'm back in. I'm back in, John Cena. Thank
Also,
you. It's
I
also
like-
weird.
I like how we just taught Jordy in the Maury Calliope episode how cheese was referring to in rap songs. Don't you remember that? Jordy was like, "What's cheese? I don't get it."
Oh, yeah. Nope.
I said it's also weird to hear John Cena swear. I do like the beat in this song a little bit. It's the little crunchy bass line that hits every so often. So Trademark, the person who produced this album, I believe, is actually John Cena's cousin in real life.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
Oh,
think so. I mean, I don't love the hook in this song though. It does kind of remind me of like other hip hop from that period, like G Unit or 50 Cent.
He's formerly the Trademark, but now he's just Trademark, just to clear everything up.
There's probably somebody else called the Trademark, so we had to just be like, I'm just Trademark.
Yeah, first
Trademark.
cousin John Cena.
Yeah, that's exactly like John Cena was like, hey, my cousin has a sampler or like a sample pad or knows. He's like, my cousin knows how to use a computer, can make beats. We're gonna make an album, which is a funny reference to. He did a couple. I think you should leave sketches. But Connor O'Malley, I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
He plays. I'm trying to think if there's any. I think he leaves sketches. Anything. I think you should leave sketches that you would remember right away. That he say that.
I
it's
just
in.
watched like the first season like 2 nights ago.
Honk. Did you remember? Do you remember Honk if you're horny?
No. I mean, I remember the
What's-
sketch, but I don't remember it like with that kind of.
Yeah, the honk
Urgency.
with your honk if you're horny. Connor O'Malley plays the guy who pulls up to Tim Robinson. Is just like, I've been honking. Have you ever been so horny it hurts your stomach? But Connor O'Malley just put out a video called Rap World where he and his friend try to make a rap album in one night, and it's fucking hilarious.
My thoughts on the song were he has all his lines like, I'm showing up these other rappers, like yeah, you're really showing up all the other rappers by making one album in your lifetime.
I've shown them all up. I mean, he just made the best album and then just walked away from it.
I guess. Also, I don't like how the choruses don't want to fuck with us, but the song is titled "Don't Fuck with Us," so it's like you're adding the word in the title, or taking away the word. Like, I don't know, it just annoyed me. That was all I really had for this song.
I didn't even notice that the chorus said "Don't want to fuck with us."
Yeah, I feel like there's a lot of these songs that are like confusing to me. I like the line where it's crew loaded up with extra bread like a Big Mac. Like
That's a good line. That's a good line. The Big Mac. No. Think about it. The Big Mac has the third bun in it.
It does, I guess, but
yeah, I heard that and I was like, that's a good line.
I think it was a weird flow. Like it didn't rhyme, but now I'm seeing like it does. They're rhyming back with Mac, but like I remember it not rhyming that well. I don't know. Maybe
There is a lyric in one of the songs. It might be the song about Boston, where John Cena just plays a thick, like New Englander Boston accent to get a rhyme on the next bar.
Did you?
I forget what the words are.
I know exactly what you're saying. It was like a, it was feign. It was something with like. He made a word end in feign, and it doesn't end in a feign. But, what was I gonna say? Did you have a hard time, especially in the later songs, know who's even rapping? I wasn't sure if the later songs even had John Cena in it.
They do, but they're like a couple of the later songs actually have like a third person even too.
Yeah, they have that like,
things like
bumpy knuckles or something.
Big bumpy knuckles or whatever. Flexy Knuckles Jr. or something. Sonic and Hedgehog.
Could you also
For those of
explain
you
to
watching
me
those of you watching on the video, Jordy did take a phone call and walk away. So
what-
we're not sure what's happening. He might have gotten called in, or Jordy is some high-powered government official that we don't know about.
Can you explain to me the "you cold fuck like Eskimo hoes at 7 Below"?
Yeah, so see, people who are like Eskimos and stuff generally will, it's a little colder where they live. So they're fucking like it's -7 degrees below zero.
I'll be back in a minute.
All right,
Okay.
I got you.
For those of you watching and listening, Jordy will be back in 1 minute.
Do we want to keep going?
What don't you get? We can
I don't-
freestyle here. What don't you get about the
cold-
lyric?
You cold? What's a cold fuck?
Probably like, I didn't think I'd have to explain this to you. When you start and your wiener's not hard yet, that's a cold start.
Is that really it? There's no explanation on Genius. No one even put any. Oh, so
No
some
one
of the
even touched-
choruses. Some of the choruses, but no, this part isn't.
Yeah, cold starts when your wiener's not hard. And you're just like, your girl's like, or your guy, or whatever is like, let's go, and you're just like, I'm soft as a cucumber right now.
Also,
Okay, say what you're reading because you're just making terrible faces.
verse 3, I got punks, dumps, and switches, dump chumpses, bitches.
Dump chumpses? Is the
CHUMPSES.
All right, we back.
Okay, good.
I got
Somebody just needed help finding something.
We thought maybe somebody had like half of the nuclear codes and you had to give them the other half to initiate launch.
Yeah.
I thought Kuromi was killing the world.
Not yet.
Or he's just going over some lyrics, just said the word chumpses. I'm not saying
are
it's
we
not the word you're reading, but we're still on 2.
okay?
But yeah, is the plural? I mean, the plural of chump is chumps, right?
I
It
would
wouldn't
say
be
chumps.
ES. It would just be S, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
what I would say.
Well, maybe to be fair, maybe John Cena didn't write the lyrics into Genius.
There were a couple of absolute errors on there. I did notice. There was one time, like I heard the word perfectly, but the lyrics under Genius were completely wrong.
Oh, if you look at the lyrics, I was listening to this at work the other day just to kind of get an idea. The lyrics on Spotify are not even the right song.
I've had that.
Yeah, I didn't. Spotify didn't bring anything up for me, so I just went to Genius, and it was scattered.
All right, let's
Okay,
move
we've
off
talked
this
about
fucking song.
Yeah, I don't fuck with that one. Number 3, Flow Easy.
All right. I'll start us off again. I
Well, here, let me give 'em my
only
clip.
just have a couple lines here because the music and the beats are so unforgettable, and they just drone on forever.
Did you play this
So
track?
musically, this album's awful. Oh yeah, that's right.
First
Here we
and
go, Flow
foremost,
It's a new
featuring
format.
Funky Knuckles.
flow easy. Yo, yo, for the hood, everybody flow easy.
All right, continue, Jordy.
I just put down a couple quotes. The most of my notes is just ridiculous lines from here. But one was, "I embarrass MCs who touch the mic with me." That was just very bland, and I don't know, just the image of him, just like
Touching
they
tips.
Holding a mic
touching
with-
it?
like,
Are they touching
holding a
mics?
mic-
Are they all touching
Yeah.
at the same time? Like what?
I think it's one hand on the top, like, and then the other person's hand on the bottom. Like it's a 2-hander.
Yeah, and then you just like kind of
Yeah. You give it a 5 knuckle shuffle.
Then that's a callback. So there was that one. Then man and grab microphones like pedophiles groping late bloomers.
Okay,
What
you forgot
the
the.
actual fuck?
I
You
missed
should
that
have.
one.
You had to start earlier. There's a couple lines before that. It's, "Man, I talk more shit than pro-lifers in abortion clinics. Run
Oh,
my
yeah,
mouth off like high school rumors. Man and grab microphones like pedophiles groping late bloomers." There are a couple what the fuck lyrics in this album. Okay, so I wanted to mention this the last time, but then Jordy got the phone call. This album almost feels like WWE was like, "Oh, John Cena, you're pretty good at rapping. You have to make a rap album now." Like, this feels very pushed by like somebody higher up in WWE and was just like, "This is a cash grab. We need John Cena." I'm honestly shocked that John Cena didn't actually play any shows rapping.
Yeah,
I think they probably would have sold a lot of tickets too, actually.
Oh yeah, yes.
Dude, the Doctor of Thuganomics, just fucking 7,000 white kids all dressed like John Cena.
Yeah,
Which is fun reference
That-
to a WrestleMania entrance where there's a bunch of people dressed like John Cena.
I just can't get over the fact that they're like, of all the comparisons I can make for myself, I'm gonna compare myself to a pedophile. What? That's where you're coming out on top? What?
Yeah, I put that lyric down too. This is the second song in a row to reference cheese.
Jesus Christ.
But yeah, this song fucking kind of sucked, actually. It's all right. It's pretty... There's like one good song on this album, and then there's like 5 or 8 meh. And then there's the rest are just terrible songs.
Well, you know that John Cena is known to hang it low like dreadlocks, and y'all are too slow like wearing a weight vest and lead socks. I'm a fat kid, you feed me?
I know.
I'm still hungry. Never let a
That was
bitch
my
take a
next
bill
note.
from me.
There's a funny story that maybe it's a reference to. There's a story that John Cena told on like a late night show where when he was like coming up, like he was still just trying to become a wrestler. He lived either above or like beside a pizza place that would do like an eating challenge. If you finish the whole pizza, you get it for free. So John Cena went in one day, being a person who of his stature and lifting regularly, could easily finish the entire pizza. So he finished it, gets it for free, shows up the next night, finishes it for free again, and then the owner of the pizza place is like, "Hey, if you're hungry, just let me know. I'll give you a pizza slice for free." You're eating me out of house and home, eating whole pizzas at a time. So he's a fat kid. Feed him. He's hungry.
Okay, at
So
least that makes more sense.
I mean, if I can eat a whole pizza, I have the physique of John Cena.
I think it's probably like a 16 to 18-inch pizza, not like the fucking vegan 12-inch pizza you're eating.
Dude, any vegan pizza I've tried has blown my ass apart. Like,
Okay,
every
moving on.
single time.
Moving on. Moving on.
It's blown my ass apart in such a good way.
No,
Moving
it's always
on.
in a bad way. This is why I'm like, if I'm eating pizza, I'm eating the real deal because that vegan cheese does not like me.
Daddy no likey soy.
Moving on. Jordy, I have a trivia question for you as a fellow baseball enthusiast. When you think of or hear of a cursed baseball team, who do you think of?
Cursed baseball. Oh, well, I was an Oakland A's fan for years, so that's where my hopes.
Is it the Chicago White Sox?
What? Am I the only one who thinks Cubs? I thought the Cubs were like the cursed team.
The Cubs were my second guess, honestly. Truthfully, they're going to be my second guess. Why are they cursed, though?
I think because
they never won for a long time.
Didn't they trade somebody? Didn't somebody trade somebody and then just like...
Well, now looking at it, he has a lyric, curse a fool like the Red Sox. Because the Red Sox traded Babe Ruth, and they didn't win a World Series for 86 years.
Did you say Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth.
Babe Ruth?
Babe Ruth.
Okay. I do remember hearing things about... Because didn't the Red Sox win a World Series relatively... Well, I guess 86 years after the fact they did win a World Series. But I do remember hearing a thing about like how the Red Sox were cursed and stuff.
I guess so. I just
Not that I knew that. This isn't a baseball podcast. This is a pro wrestling / music podcast.
I also wrote, for someone who flows easy, you don't ever change the flow at any of these songs so far.
Oh, this next one was a bit of a game changer.
Yeah, let's get to number 4 right now.
All right, number 4.
Also, the song is called Right Now.
Oh, yeah, it is. I didn't get it till I saw it. All right. Right now. Get into it.
All right, number 4 right now. This is my favorite song on the album, by far. I actually really like this song. I love the piano in the beginning, and actually like the female part singing the hook is really nice. And the song reminds me of Every Breath I Take by somebody who shall not be named. I'm not talking about the Police. I'm talking about the guy who did a version later for his friend Notorious B.I.G. I just imagine when they finish the song, it's Every Breath I Take by P. Diddy. It's like they use the sample from the hook song, from the Police song.
I don't know P. Diddy that well. I'm sorry.
That's the only song I know.
Yeah.
When they finished this, when John Cena and Trademark finished the song in the studio, I imagine they just fucking popped off. Because they were like, oh my god, we wrote one good song. And then they wrote the rest of this fucking album. That's all I got. I really like the song.
So I have some similar notes, but also not so similar. I said, oh god, it's a ballad. So this song absolutely sucks, but I'm actually a fan of the message. It's actually uplifting and positive. The high-pitched vocals are awful. So, I like the message. I liked the lyrics. I mean, I think there's very few songs that are just like, hey, things are good. Try and be happy. You can do it, kid. But
yeah, neither of you were happy listening to this album today.
Oh, it was a miserable experience.
You're all in the wrong headspace to listen to this album.
This was definitely one of those that at least I could get behind what was being said. That's where it ends.
You couldn't get behind man and grab microphones like pedophiles groping late bloomers.
Was it just me, or was
he
all
dropped that line? He's like, got him.
Was all of the female vocals on this album bad? Like pitchy, like.
This is the only one I like. All the other ones were bad. But all the other ones in my mind were like, they're like, oh, this isn't terrible because it's not John Cena singing the hook, which is a giant problem I have with most of the songs on this album.
My issue is like the vocals on this song in particular, the female vocals, the effect, the editing, whatever, it almost sounds like a Vocaloid. Like, it sounds like somebody programmed a robot to sing it. It doesn't
Bro,
sound
chill
like
out. That's trademark. Bro, chill out. Trademark is good. Trademark's a good producer.
Also-
You are away. It's Trademark is John Cena's first cousin.
That explains a lot.
True.
Legitimately, by blood, first cousin.
But these are like the
What do you
lines
guys
that embody like what makes me want to blow my brains out. It's okay to be hard and stay true, man. But at the end of the day, we all human. Fucking.
That's yeah. I wrote that as well. I said rhyming man and human. Boy, that's crazy. How many records have you sold? Because John Cena sold a platinum's worth.
I mean, WWE, if that counts as him, has 3 million monthly listeners. So I guess I should shut the fuck up. But it's weird you mentioned. It's weird you mentioned Biggie Smalls because I've put this song is trying so hard to be a Biggie Smalls sad song. The lyrics are so generic and there's just no really meaning into the song other than we needed a softer song for John Cena. It sounds like they're trying to hit every sort of cliche on a rap album. The club bang. Oh, that's the next song. The club banger.
Cliche?
We're not there yet, but
Yeah, you're right though in saying that because I definitely had that thought too, where they're like, "Oh, this is the pump up song. This is the like number 4 right now is the Every Breath I Take of the album and stuff." They're really just like I feel like it's what bands do now. They were just trying to experiment with different sounds, or just throwing shit at the wall and seeing whatever works. And if like say Right Now by John Cena pops off, that's the music John Cena makes now. Which would be weird to see him rapping live. Like that, like I just don't get it.
Yeah. I just could only get behind like the positivity behind it. It's not like it was very artistic in any way, shape, or form.
You know what they say, hustle, loyalty, respect.
also I think this is song 4, right?
Yeah.
It might be
Yeah.
song 4 for 4 where he says bread in the song. Bread and cheese are very popular food items in this album.
He's a fat kid. Feed him.
It's just,
Yeah. He's hungry.
Hungry.
He just needs the tomato sauce and he got himself that pizza, I guess.
You don't make pizza with bread.
It's dough. He says in the bread thing, he's like, you have bread, but you don't know the recipe for dough, though. it's like literally the line.
All right. Well, if we're being honest,
Or he needs to make sure that goes onto the food tree or whatever the hell it was.
Bro,
Have dough.
dough's on the tree.
side thought. I wish we were more popular because getting a food, whatever. What did you call it? The food tree.
Yeah.
Getting food tree shirts would be fucking hilarious, actually.
You get a poster,
No,
bro.
I'd never.
Hanging up
I'd
in your room
never.
so you know where.
Dude, the food tree poster would be funny too, actually. But anyways, we got more. We got fucking 13 more John Cena tracks to talk about, and we got to get moving, or we're
This
gonna
might
be here
the
all
worst
night.
one. This is
Number
Make It Loud.
5.
Right now.
Make it loud.
Shit in store now, so clap your hands while we let the sax blow. Not quite crispy green, but we came to stack dough. We ain't max, yo. We just try and get this money right. Bills made us spend.
All right. I'll start it off because I don't have a lot of notes. I just put this is the cliche rap club banger song. There's nothing really to say about it. It's boring and generic, and I think it's pretty much ass.
Wow, is this going to be an episode where we regularly all agree with each other?
You find the silver lining in this cloud, buddy.
Yeah.
It's okay. I think I was just in too good of a mood when I was listening to this. That's my problem. I should have been a little more depressed.
Yeah, so for Make It Loud, I just put, holy crap, this is awful. The beat offers absolutely nothing. Some of the quotes I have in there, like Roy Jones taking on 50-year-old cats. So I had to look that up. Roy Jones was a boxer.
Yeah.
I was not aware of this. But specifically him taking on 50-year-old cats? What?
50-year-old.
That's-
Maybe he boxed somebody at one point who was 50 years old. And
That
like,
sounds like a
okay.
little
refer to them as
That was what Genius said.
Genius on this album was kind of the no spoilers, but for track 17, the whole song was genius, and it just said "fuck somebody" on it.
But another one I had the name Mark Predka being dropped a lot. Turns out that's the name of Trademark.
Yeah,
That's trademark,
I've seen
brother.
it.
Pick that up in context clues there.
I did not put Mark Predka references into the trademark tally count, but there's at least 2.
You've already
Mark
missed some, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. I think
that-
I think trademark references his own being at least 25 times.
Yeah, it's pretty bad. But then the last one I have, which is just one of those like middle school got 'em kind of quotes of y'all just soft like Cinemax porn.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not a terrible lyric. It's pretty. It's decent. It's not gonna win you a fucking Grammy, but it's not bad.
I'm gonna win you a local rap battle at that.
It might. Honestly, it
Yeah,
might. Another good lyric
That's all
from
I
that is the kid on the mic is too raw for your Monday night. Pretty decent lyric.
Okay, that's
Okay, yeah.
See, I wish
That's all
it
right.
was all wrestling. Even though I hate wrestling, I wish it was more leaning towards that than
Yeah,
trying to be hard.
Wait.
And
I think they were trying to
think
get
wrestling-
crossover fans.
I've watched you at wrestling shows watch with childlike wonder.
it's fascinating. I'll watch it in
Dude,
person.
live wrestling is incredible. Yeah.
Yes.
Hey, here's a great idea. Pass the Aux should be a sponsor at SWO. I'd throw a couple
You
bucks in there. I'd throw a couple bucks in there and get to be like, this match is brought to you by Pass the Aux Music Podcast.
It's
Listen to 3 fucking losers talk about shit you don't care about for an hour and a half every other week. I'm reaching out to SWO. We're gonna be sponsors.
also for
Yeah,
the
we're
record,
getting
the
our-
song mentions cheese. Just putting it out there.
I was
Cheese
gonna say
mention.
that. Third cheese reference. 3 out of 5 songs with cheese references. Not so bad. That's a good recovery. But I didn't actually read the entire lyric section that I wrote. It said the kid on the mic is too raw for your Monday night. Maybe it's a different section, but if you got in free or your fucking cover's paid, bounce to this motherfucker like you was some Rubbermaid. So fuck it. We got a Tupperware reference in this song.
That's like Rubbermaid. Those things are plastic. They ain't. I mean, they're bounced if you're throwing it really hard.
Go get a Rubbermaid container out of your cover right now and bounce it at the ground as hard as you can. See what happens. Bounces up, hits you in the face. Fuck.
I think he
He
just
was
saw
right.
the word rubber. He saw rubber and it's like rubber bounces, so Rubbermaid must bounce.
And I also wrote that I think this is the generic pump up song, though I don't think it would get me very pumped up for anything.
Was this the Apache helicopter song, or was that a different
I
one?
think it's a
That's
different
later,
one.
I think.
Okay, yeah.
All right, we're 3 for 3. We're 3 out of 5 on cheese references. I hope we can keep that streak alive.
We're 5 out of 5 with cheese or bread references.
John Cena.
Will the
hey,
streak be over?
the streak is over. Let's be honest. John Cena was poor at one point. Cheese and bread, pretty cheap.
Wow, bro,
Get the
that's
government
deep.
cheese and the bread.
That's deep.
Then you
bro.
get the grilled cheese. I know. I should be writing these annotations on Genius.
You can, because they're all unannotated for the most part.
The ones that are fucking unhinged.
Yeah.
But all right, we're done with that. We gotta keep going. Number 6, Just Another Day.
The life. More money, more problems. I ain't got money to solve them. This is just another day in the life. Getting mobbed by fans. Man, nobody even knows who I am. This is just another day in the life.
Who wants to start this one off?
I mean, I honestly did not write much for this. I just said another slow, forgettable song. Absolutely no life in their voices. I droned out and I give up even trying to listen.
Yeah, number 6 for me was, I guess the song is about John Cena's wrestling career, like prior to his major success, and his comparison to his cousin's life.
We all
Like,
had different
trademark
like,
ain't
interpretations.
trademark
then.
ain't shit. Trademark ain't got shit, but John Cena got shit. Like, there's the lyric about, like, is this the one with, like, I could have had the fillet or the shrimp and crab mix, and the next lyric is like, I could have had the number 9 or the number 6.
Yeah, it took me a while to get the trade off. I thought it was one song at first, like one continuous narrative. I don't feel like it does a good enough job of differentiating the two. Like they could have had like one verse and then the next guy could have had a verse instead of going in like every line switching is fucking confusing as hell.
Yeah, and it's not like they're both two white guys from fucking Boston.
And they're cousins. They like
a lot alike.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, then number 6 is an incredibly forgettable song, and I will, if I never hear it again, it'll be too soon.
Yeah, this is the first one that I was finally like at the 1 minute mark or 1 minute left mark. I'm like, I'm out. I'm done. I got nothing else.
With your current lighting, Jordy, when you look into the camera, your eyes just look sad. You look sad that you had to listen to this.
Well, I am after. Yes, I am. Also, do you see who's peeking through in my little mic? Look at that. Twinsies.
oh my god. If you're watching on
I mean,
YouTube.
we just lost. I'm so sorry. I'm fucking sorry. Number 7, Summer Flings. Cue it up, DJ, they, them.
You flaunt, there's just
That's a DJ
something
that
about a
shows
summer fling. Got you wondering where I'll be in spring. But that's another
You're right.
thing. I'll be out, girl, quicker than Tans if you want.
Go for it.
Number 7, Summer Flings. Nice beat in the beginning. But once you hear it for about 4 measures, you're over it. Unlike, what else did I write? It said, oh man, unlike right now, the female hook sucks. I hate this. Hearing Cena say something sweet is gonna haunt my dreams. Getting passed through the whole crew. Are they running a train on this lady? Because that's kind of wild, honestly. And truthfully, as like an adult male, I've never wanted to make love to a woman and then like have one of my friends make love to the woman directly after me, or vice versa. That's never something I've wanted to do. But I mean, I guess if you wanted to do it, sure. The song is a little problematic, though, I feel. Repeating my name in sex like she got a stutter. Wow. But I changed one of those words. She was not the word she. It was the word bitch. And that made me uncomfortable to read.
There was a lot to be uncomfortable about in the rest of this album. There is so much cringy shit in here. Also, I'm going to point out that literally starts with lyrics playing off the last song, Day in the Life, but it doesn't feel like it was intended. I think they just so happen to coincide like that. But some lines that we have in here that is worth pointing out. This chick was like a fitted cap all over my dome.
Hey, I don't think that's the dome of his head. I think it's a different dome.
Next line.
I can trust a chick like cheap, or I can treat a chick like cheap gas and upgrade is another one. I just put extremely desperate I have sex subreddit vibes again. All about their sexual endeavors, but not even close to original. It's just very cringy shit all the way through.
I imagine what happens is like John Cena, who is, I mean, especially this time, undoubtedly a pretty attractive man, very in shape, seemed very career oriented and stuff. Probably would pull some chicks. I just imagine Trademark just trying to like follow like deep, like right behind him, like physically and not literally, just trying to like pick up any chick that John Cena also got with. Hey. You want to listen to me and John Cena's album in my car and stuff? I made all the beats for it and I rap on it sometimes too. I know I'm nothing like him, but we're related, so.
You might get a meet and greet out of it.
Yeah. What's up? You want to come back to my place? I can show you some pictures of John Cena when he was a kid.
So I have, since this was like a sexual song, there's verse 4 starts with, man, I'm in and out quick. And then verse 5 has, I'll fuck for 7 days. Which one is it?
Bro, you can't see me.
It's other than that, I put the female voice. It sounds like a guy's trying to do a female voice. I did not like any of the.
It's probably fucking Trademark.
It sounds like a male trying to do it, but
And then no woman gets credit for these ones. I don't believe.
Yeah,
There
I
is
was
one
gonna-
later. There's one later in the album that I believe has an actual female credit on it.
Oh no, she
Maybe
does
not
on
on
the Genius at least.
Okay, good.
Rue Dibana?
Rudy Boner.
Only song she's credited on? This song. And like all her, like I'm trying to find her discography.
It's probably
Part of
John Cena's second cousin.
Part of the girl group Boy Crazy, based in New York. Boy Crazy with a
Always
K
put
for
down
the
a-
record.
Hell yeah.
Let me see
Let's
if they
go to
have a
Spotify, see what kind of monthly
Wikipedia.
listeners we got.
12 million
Boy
probably.
Crazy. I'd be surprised if they have a Spotify. Oh, they have a Wikipedia.
Oh, boy, crazy.
What's the monthlies?
25,000 monthly listeners.
I think
but
it's part of the
all-
production because it's not tuned at all. Like she's flat, but it's not like by a lot. It's not like she's a bad singer, but it's like they didn't help her out at all in the production aspect of it.
I don't think Trademark's a good producer. I think Trademark only got to do this because WWE was like, John Cena, you need to make an album. And John Cena's like, I'll make an album, but I get to pick the producer.
Produced
And
by
unfortunately, he
Chaos and
picked
Order,
fucking. What was?
the song, according to
Oh,
Genius.
really?
Yeah, some of them were different because like his first one, I think the Yabadoo was a different one, and I think they've all been Chaos and Order since.
Excuse me, it's Yabba Dabba Doo, but.
Yeah, but dude.
Yabba Dabba Doo! Before you mentioned the Flintstones in the first bit, I haven't thought about the Flintstones in fucking forever.
Like most people.
Yeah. Do you remember the live action ones?
Nope.
Dude,
Yeah.
Halle Berry. I remember being young and being like, I like this woman.
I forgot she was in that. I knew it was John Goodman, Rick Moranis, Rosie O'Donnell.
Sounds
Wow,
right.
you
And
remember
then-
a lot more than I do.
There's Betty Rubble was also, I forget who played Betty Rubble, but yeah. I like John Goodman, and Rick Moranis is a good guy too, so. Honey, I Shrunk the Kids. Fuck yeah.
Mhm.
90s classics.
Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves. Another classic.
Honey, We Blew Up the Kid is also pretty good too. Where they turn the fucking baby into a giant baby.
I also learned that bananas are rich in potassium because of Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves.
Side note, real quick. Did you ever eat? Like, have you eaten a food a bunch as a kid, and then like as you're older, you're like, I eat so much of that food, I don't really care for it much now. Because that was me with bananas. I ate a lot of bananas as a kid. I'm not a huge fan of regular bananas anymore.
Oh yeah, I can't do banana. Guess what? It was raisins for me.
Trying to get back into raisins. All right, I
can't.
need to get through this album.
No,
I need to get through this.
I need to read one more line
sorry,
from the
go ahead.
song. I'll be out, girl, quicker than tans, which I don't know what this tans thing is about still. And then
We told you, trigonometry.
whoever wrote this on Genius, it looks like an AI it looks like they ran it through one of those AI things because it says, if you want something, stick her. But it's in the song. I remember this because he does the secure thing where he goes secure, like I guess Kanye probably was the one who did that.
Or
Made
like
that
an
popular.
Ori pronunciation.
It's a cur.
Yeah, I hate it. Now we can move
All
on.
right. Yeah.
I don't even.
Number
these-
8.
Some of these lyrics are super misogynistic, especially on this.
Yeah,
song.
truthfully, I did not go into this album thinking there would be any problematic lyrics on it. And boy, howdy, was I in for a treat. Especially at number 8, Keep Frontin'. Oh my God.
Protein shakes to muscle up the brain in the black Chevy Suburban, sipping champagne with champagne. Dick out doing the damn.
I'm gonna wait. Let me see if I can find the line quick in the
I was
lyrics.
gonna say, I think
Yep,
we all
here
have
go.
that same line.
Getting dump,
Yeah.
dump, dump with the chumps. He rolling like Donald Trump, Trump with the bucks. Your bitch ass getting jump.
Okay, go on. I need a second.
Okay. Man, Keep Frontin'. So the lyric that we're going to talk about probably most is I felt like a fiend with 3 dicks, like a 16 teen. I'm just sick.
That wasn't
Oh
the line
my
I played,
God.
actually.
Yikes. What the fuck? I wrote hustle, loyalty, and sex with a minor? I think they should go back to talking about cheese and bread. These are 2 songs back to back, and I'm just like, what the fuck? when WWE let this get released, they never expected John Cena to be as popular as he did because
They
these
did
lyrics are
not.
fucking unhinged.
No, it's not even that. I think they just they're like Vince McMahon was like, do a rap album, and then didn't look over it at all when it actually released. Clearly,
Yeah, you're probably
no
not
eyes
wrong.
from the WWE got on this product. Well, at that time, no, I could see it during that time. Them not giving a shit.
He was probably
2005 is
co-producer
cool.
on this.
But
He probably wrote that one.
also another thing to go on. So yeah, that line. Jesus Christ, awful. But I also like to point out in the first verse when good old Trademark is up, he rhymes every single line with "ain" at the end. Literally every single line is something again, ain, ain, every fucking line. And then at least John has the decency to switch it up so every 4 bars lined up or rhymed with each other. And then that's the line he ends on. It's Hydra Dick over here.
Yeah.
King Ghidorah of penises, apparently.
Tyler, there was like annotation for the line that you read, so I clicked it just to see what
Yes.
they had to say, and it just says, "What the fuck, John
no.
Cena?" is the annotation.
Yeah, I said that in the group chat. I said, please look at the genius annotations for song number 8. And it's just a picture. It's like a fucking meme. I said, what the fuck, John Cena?
I didn't catch all of this when I was just listening in my car, but
Boy, did you miss some great lyrics. Can we get a Google on what Trademark is doing now with his life? Like, I don't think he became a big producer.
I have his wiki up.
Oh boy.
He hasn't
He's
released
got a
music
wiki.
since 2019.
Oh shit. Took a break. Maybe he's gonna come back really hot in like 2026. Trademark on the James.
Yeah, that's doesn't really have any updates.
Damn. Now I'm way too wildly curious as to what Trademark is doing with his life.
It seems like he's been in wrestling, like made guest appearances in matches or something.
Not that I recall.
Trademark appeared at TNA, Total Nonstop Action Wrestling, and for those who don't know, like me, pay-per-view as the new boyfriend of Karen Angle, later revealed to be a ruse when Karen and Trademark helped Karen's estranged husband Kurt Angle win the match. You don't know your wrestling, bro.
No, that's crazy because, I mean, John Cena, obviously very popular in the WWE, never has done a TNA run. So fucking TNA was like, you know who we could fucking get for this? John Cena's cousin, Trademark. Let's book him. Book Trademark. Get Trademark in.
Tyler, do you remember Lenny Poffo, the genius?
Yes. Yeah.
The
Famously
cousin
Macho
of
Man
Macho
Randy
Man.
Savage. No, it's his brother.
Oh, it's his brother. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. I knew there was a relation. That's like, yeah, clearly this is the only reason that you're getting any screen time, brother.
Which is a shame because I've heard a lot of great stories about Lanny Poffo. I've heard he's a good guy.
Have you heard his whole poem about what was it, Rodney King? It's not
All right.
great.
Never mind. Cut out what I just said. Cut it out.
Also,
I
in
take
this
it back.
song-
Fuck.
In this song, when John Cena needs a fucking extra syllable, he just repeats a word. Here, Cena spitting with the bump for the Nux. I don't know what a fucking Nux is, capital K.
Five
Your
knuckle
whole
shuffle,
crew-
bro. Five knuckle. You
Oh.
can't see me. Five knuckle shuffle.
Whatever the
Yeah,
fuck ever.
giving Nux fist bump.
Your whole
Giving the-
crew getting dump with the chumps. We roll like Donald Trump with the Bucks. Your bitch ass
That
gonna
didn't-
get
that didn't age well.
jumped because you suck.
Wait, is the end lyric because you suck?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Oh,
you're
it's
gonna
from
get
Buck.
dump.
You
'Cause you suck. Yeah, you suck.
It's like you could write
Fucking-
2 other words there, or you could just keep repeating and just doing this 3 thing. It's annoying.
It's creative, man. It's the theme.
Oh,
He
it's
also had 3
corny.
dicks,
Okay, if
so
you're It's true. Three dicks, two hands. How do you think he feels?
But my notes were, I'm glad you're giving other rappers advice on how to stay effective. And is also the only thing keeping you from being with more women not having 3 dicks. I mean, it's an entertaining song at least. That's all I can really say about it, I guess. It's better than some of the other ones, but also produced by Hidden Agenda, so it's a different producer this time too.
No,
If
I
correct,
maybe
don't know.
I thought Trademark produced all of it. Well, if that's the case, man, how did John Cena get so many fucking bad producers on this album?
It's all right. Let's move on. We're at the halfway fucking point of we didn't want you to know.
We didn't want you to know how shitty this album's gonna fucking be.
Ship you to DC, covered in redskins. Catch me in a classic, drop low with the wine paint. Plus some classic on the flow, every line great. Believe me, yo.
I played the part where he just said the name of the old Washington Commanders.
That's it.
Yeah, how was that a thing? How did we get the fucking Washington Redskins? How does
it is
fuck.
2005?
Football's an old
fair.
sport.
Yeah, number 9, we didn't want you to know. First beat in a few songs that I didn't totally hate. There's also a little tempo change at the end of the measure, which is kind of fun. It's a little kind of a little spicy. A little Trademark put a little cayenne pepper in there. But I don't think John Cena should ever sing the hooks on his songs. It sounds so bad. He's just like, and then I go to the basketball court. It's like he like whisper sings every single one. They're always the same vocal. They're always the same fucking vocal style.
On my way to the basketball court.
It just doesn't convey well. I put a lyric here. Man, get the fuck on and stop repeating that mark. When I say every rapper sucks, I was being optimistic. I wrote that sounds like an Ori line, actually.
It's not bad though.
I'll give you that one. That sounds like a little bit like an Ori line. Another lyric is, I show him so much green, you think I'm farming fucking bean sprouts. And if we're being little world here for a second, Ori, bean sprouts aren't even fucking green. So
Got him. Shit line.
That comparison fucking sucks.
It does.
Bean sprouts are like white and like yellowish green at the top. Fucking John Cena doesn't know what a goddamn bean sprout is.
Hey. So, I mean, I didn't have much. I just put another crappy beat. Man, the singing is awful. And then I went down a rabbit hole for a second.
Did you also look up what color bean sprouts were?
No. So he uses another weird reference that I had no knowledge of. Do either of you know what Bagger Vance is?
I've heard the name.
I know the legend of Bagger Vance is all that I know. I've heard the phrase Bagger Vance before.
Okay, so it is a 2000 American sports fantasy drama film starring Will Smith and Matt Damon. I've never heard of this before. When I got to the synopsis, though, it just says, the plot is loosely based on the Hindu sacred text, the Bhagavad Gita, in which Krishna tutors the warrior hero Arjuna. They are respectively represented by Smith's and Damon's characters. The film was criticized by several African-American commentators and reviewers for employing the, in quotes, magical, very bad term used for people of color, stereotype. Weird fucking reference to throw into a song. What?
I wonder if any modern WWE employee knows of the lyrical content in this album. Because there's got to be somebody that works for that company right now that's like, hey, maybe we should just take this off the internet. Just like, nobody's actively seeking it out. We're probably the only people who have actively seeked it out. Well, maybe more so this week since John Cena's been in the news cycle. But, yeah, I think we should just probably put this to rest.
Yeah, like, don't get me wrong. You had to go down the same rabbit hole for me to land at that point, but still, to have that weird reference in there that I had no knowledge of, and then to look it up. What the fuck?
We didn't know these lyrics were going to be so deep.
There's something, all right.
My notes for
What
the
do you got,
song
Rory?
is this is one of the best beats so far, but his voice sounds really timid. Like it sounds like he has no confidence in what he's saying. I really like, and they sound really far in the background. Maybe this is one of the first songs they recorded, but I really think this album, as not even good as it is, goes off a cliff in the second half. Like I thought the first like 6-ish songs are okay, still bad but okay. There comes a point in this album where every song is painfully generic and suck, and it starts here because it just sounds like he doesn't have any confidence. It's kind of a shame because this beat goes kind of hard. Also, the line, "You're waiting for the single to drop, look down because it's sitting on top." What? You're look down the chart because it's on the top of the chart? What?
Maybe you're looking down from the top. Like if you're standing at the top, you're looking down.
That's my
He's on the
only thought.
Yeah, so he's at the top looking down.
I don't like it.
Not defending it. Terrible fucking lyric, but I agree with you wholeheartedly. It's almost like Trademark and John Cena wrote maybe like 8 or 9 songs, and then WWE was like, "That's good. We need you to double that." So they just fucking half-assed the other half.
Also, the lines here, I don't know if you'd like this one, Tyler. "Appetite for destruction. Axel couldn't slash me."
Oh yeah, I saw that. I was like, oh my god.
I got hounds that found where your stash be. They play my sound in towns. Rats harass me.
Is he the cops now?
What does rats harass me
hold on.
mean?
Hold on, I got you. Full circle. They've been rapping a lot
Cheese.
about cheese. Rats like cheese. That's why they harass him. We got it. Truthfully, I wish we could get John Cena on here to talk about this, because I don't know if he would talk about it, but it would be fucking hilarious to know the whole story behind this. Like, okay, hear me out. I'm going to tag John Cena when this gets posted. Hear me out. John Cena, come on, talk to us about it. We won't even talk about the problematic lyrics. I just want to talk about literally everything else. I'm so interested to know the process, how much WWE involvement there was, and then maybe if we have time, we'll talk about the problematic lyrics.
Also, couldn't the line, "I'm farming, I'll show him so much green, you think I'm farming the bean?" Like green bean, like that works? Like, why do you have to go bean sprouts? It doesn't rhyme.
John Cena probably thinks green beans
John
grow
Cena,
from bean
hire
sprouts.
me. I'm a good lyricist. I'll proofread. I'll give you some good rhymes. I'll change some end rhymes around. I got you.
Anti-parasite.
Yes.
Yeah, I bet the new Hydro Bloom album doesn't have any references to fucking teenagers. So. And if it does, truthfully, if it does, you should maybe take those out before you post them.
Sorry, I just submitted to DistroKid like 2 days ago. So.
But also, as I was Googling things to like get references and all that other stuff for this album, there is rumors that John Cena may go back into the studio now for a second album.
No,
So-
it's true.
We're not doing it.
So
We're not
that
doing
means it means that if it happens, we will be reviewing the John Cena's second album when it comes out.
Only if you let me do a wrestling move on you, IRL.
Sure, you can put me in a sleeper hold.
No. It's got to be some kind of fall.
Give me a brain buster.
All right, let's move on to Bad Man.
Number 10. We still have so much fucking left.
In my hands, I'm a bad man. Even in a fight with my hands, I'm a bad man. Living in the streets all my life, I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. I'm a bad man. With the mic.
All right, Bad Man. He told you before he went heel he was a bad man. I don't know why you're so surprised now.
He said it in 2005. There's literal proof.
So it's unfair for me because I have a lot of nostalgic value in the song just because they aired this on, I think, a SmackDown or something the music video to this song with this song, and me and my friend who are into wrestling made fun of this song so much that it became fun for me. So like,
It's still
was
fun
just
to me, damn it.
yeah, so I was just like, the only other song I can remember, much more energy, and it's at least a little more fun. Still not a lot to set it apart, but it's okay, I guess. But that's mainly because of my attachment to it, not because the music's actually good.
Yeah, I don't got much here. I wrote that I enjoyed the beats a little bit. There's some that I didn't hate, but the main issue that we've definitely talked about already is there's no variation to the beat. It's 4 bars, it's 8 bars, and then it just repeats for up to 5 minutes at times. There's definitely like different styles and genres of rap featured on this album, but I just don't get it. Like it doesn't work as a whole picture. And I think having 17 tracks always just kind of leads to some form of burnout. Like as the artist too, you have to put 17 tracks on an album when most albums contain 10 to 11, 12 maybe. I can't ever believe that John Cena is like an actual bad person, considering he's the man with the most Make-A-Wishes, but it's also the same guy who did write the lyrics to track 7 and 8. So
Did you guys see the memes now with like a John Cena turn heel where he's it's just like it'll just be like John Cena at Make-A-Wish now, and he's like rolling a kid in a wheelchair down the stairs.
I hope somebody
That's
just
pretty funny.
edited the clip from Brock Lesnar and what was his name, Zach?
Zach
The one
Gallen,
like
Zach,
winner.
Wild.
yeah, no Zach.
Crap.
Fuck it, Zach begins with a G.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. It's a G, but I
Galifianakis.
can't think of it. No,
Yeah, Zach Galifianakis. He pushed one-legged Zach Galifianakis down a flight of stairs. Is it Zach Gowans?
Hey, that's it. That sounds familiar.
Technically, he's still in the road because both of his feet never touch the floor. So that's a deep cut reference to a wrestling joke.
It's Zach
So,
Gowen,
if-
Gowen.
when you said that, I instantly in my head said Zach Baggins, the fucking Ghost Adventures guy.
Oh,
Is that the
I got
Yo
it.
Demons?
Have
It's your
fun.
boy guy?
The fucking edgelord. And Jordy's gone again. What do you guys say about Bad Man, Ori?
All right, bad man. Other than why are people surprised when he turned heel, I wrote that this is a very generic song, and this is like, I didn't think the Bumpy Knuckles feature the first time was all that super great or whatever. This time it's better, and it just shows you how much like a decent rapper is, and then when it's like in comparison to John Cena, you really see the difference. It's not good to feature an artist that's like on another level than you, and then you go right after them. It really
Yeah.
makes that difference noticeable.
So bad news, fellas. I got a dip. So have fun going
Oh.
over this because it's not great.
Yeah, we won't be here for much longer because we're gonna power through this now.
Oh man, I'll have to send you guys my notes at a later time because I had some
Alright.
fun just making fun of some of these lines.
One
All right.
question, because we didn't get there, Doherty. Sorry, real quick. It's the next song, but I'll just ask you now. Do you know who Frank White is?
I think there was a lyric regarding him
Yeah, do you know
in
who it
a
is?
Bloodhound Gang song.
Okay, you can go. You're off the clock. You're on another clock.
You're off the clock.
Yep.
Say goodbye to Jordy, everyone listening or watching
Yeah.
or whatever the fuck.
Bye, Jordy. Do you hear the Discord sounds like when it cuts out?
I didn't know. I usually
Well,
do on
the-
my computer, but anyway.
All right, so
I'll read this
we're gonna
lyric.
speed running through the rest of this shit.
I'll read this lyric as the last thought for the song. Your face is a coat type raw, and the blood and snot they mix, jelly on the floor. My love is copping bricks, belly on the floor. I'll rob you, you soft and you really ain't a problem. What's copping
What?
bricks? Like a brick,
I
like a brick
have-
of cash?
Brick
Are
of
we
drugs?
white? Are we really white?
Oh my god, we're so white. I think that is what actually we have determined during this episode is somehow we're whiter than John Cena.
What's
And-
jelly on the
and-
floor? Oh, like blood and snot mixture is jelly, I guess.
Ugh. Ugh. I wish Jordy was here to tell the story, but he just told me a story the other day. Maybe I shouldn't tell that because it's never mind. Number 11, running game.
Let me play a sniff real quick.
Below wings, what?
We roll by in the pimp ride. Then we walk through with the pimp slide. Y'all know.
For those listening, this is what we're exactly talking about when we say that John Cena on the hook is god awful. I keep walking with the pimp slide. I keep walking with the pimp slide.
Oh my god, I just had fucking a flashback to this song.
It's
Number 11, Running Game. Another song with Cena singing the hook already puts it in the bottom for me. And also, I don't listen to a lot of rap now. Why were rappers so obsessed with pimps? Pimps are inherently terrible people.
yeah.
Like, and so many rappers are like, yeah, we fucking pimp stuff. Like, what? Why would you just like, yeah, we're doctors. Or like, yeah, we're fucking
Professional athletes.
yeah.
It's like, you have a
Or
cool job, dude. You don't have to be a bad, shitty job.
Yeah, you could be like, I'm a philanthropist. And I'm fucking pissed. Probably the best lyric on the whole album is in this song, though. I will say that about this song. Maybe you didn't write it down. You're like a proctologist.
was gonna read it. Fuck you.
Feeling my shit. Best lyric in the whole album. You couldn't ask for a better lyric.
I could, but
with the good comes the bad, because I've had hookers to virgins on the wild sex all the way to dead lays like necrophiliacs. What? What? We've now like famously had so many references to awful sex acts in these songs. Oh, also, I know who Frank White is. It's Notorious B.I.G.
it's not though.
Isn't it?
I'm reading on Genius that was his alter ego's name. I just listened to a podcast about Biggie.
Wait, Notorious B.I.G. wasn't Notorious B.I.G.'s alter ego?
No, that Frank White was his alter ego.
So he had 3 aliases?
Yeah, I guess he did.
What is Biggie's real name?
Wait, let me read this first. I just searched it. In July 1995, Wallace appeared on the cover of The Source with the caption, "The King of New York takes over," a nod to his alias Frank White, inspired by the character from the 1990 film King of New York. That's literally the only, if you controlled search Frank White on Biggie's wiki that comes up other than his other names. His real name is Christopher Wallace. Christopher George Latour Wallace.
What the that's such a fucking random ass deep cut. Like, she called my dick Frank White because it's notoriously B.I.G. Not a bad line.
It's honestly a good line now that I know it, but I just never... It's such a deep, deep fucking cut. Do you think he wrote...
It's not even like...
he wrote that.
I don't know. If you... Seriously, sometime you're fucking drunk and or on performance-enhancing drugs or something, watch just a compilation of John Cena's... Oh, the light just turned on. It's crazy. Just watch a compilation of his fucking freestyles, because they're not bad. He's not a bad rapper.
Who are we talking about?
John Cena. The fucking person we've been talking about for like an hour now.
I was just like reading and I'm like not listening. I'm trying to see like if any other rapper made this connection first. I will not give it to John Cena for coming up with a line this good. But I guess I'll come back to that in another episode. It's gonna take some research.
You're gonna have a follow up in 3 episodes.
It's
all right. I didn't have a terrible time listening to this album, but now going back through and talking about it, I don't know how I enjoyed it as much as I did.
Yeah, my notes, I just put John Cena as a pimp is the stupidest image I've ever put in my mind, and it's another song where he sounds like he has no confidence in his voice.
Which is just funny to think about. Just think about a John Cena who lacks confidence.
I would if I was trying to rap.
Really? Because you have an entire rap album coming out on March 28th.
But I'm a musician. I'm not a professional athlete.
Some would call you the John Cena of emo rap.
Because I'm athletic?
No, I'm just now going to refer to you as the John Cena of emo rap.
I'd prefer not to.
Yeah, what up? It's me, Hydro Bloom, the John Cena of emo rap. Oh my god, that makes Maiku your fucking trademark.
No, Mike is way better
Hell
than
yeah.
trademark.
Maiku is so much better than trademark, but now Maiku is actually your first cousin too. So, number 12, Beantown. Can we please get through this fucking album?
Yeah, sure. You picked it, buddy.
I'm gonna, because we needed content. I thought this was good.
Knock you out in the park, you land in Yorkie way.
I'd rather listen.
Brother, put around here, we say parquet. I rep my home team, we taking over the industry.
All right, I just played a little clip. Explain to me what the fuck Beantown is, because I listened to the whole fucking song. I have no idea.
It's Boston. You don't know Beantown's Boston?
I did not know.
Yeah, it's pretty.
Is that why he made a reference to bean sprouts?
I don't think so. But so I'll give you. There's a little bit of lore here too. Number 12, Beantown. John Cena is, I think, actually, and also billed from when he's wrestling from West Newbury, Massachusetts, which is less than an hour outside of Boston. And there's a lot of references to Boston sports and locales, which is pretty cool. I don't understand most of them, but cool. John Cena also tried to predict a third Patriots Super Bowl in a row in this song. Thank God that didn't happen. Fuck Tom Brady and his dumbass face. It was a good beat in the song. Cena didn't sing the hook, so that's a positive. There's a line about the Green Monster. Did you get the Green Monster line at least?
No, I don't know what's a green monster.
The Green Monster is the scoreboard at the Red Sox park.
Okay.
How are you a baseball fan? You don't know common baseball things. I'm not even a huge baseball fan, and I know the baseball references.
Sorry, buddy. I haven't been to a Red Sox game or care at all about the Red Sox at all.
They've been cursed.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, I guess. I love this song. Wait, which one is this?
What? Wait, what? Did you say you love this song?
No, I'm trying to find this lyric real quick because I want to make sure I heard it right when I wrote it down on my phone. I think I have the wrong song. Oh. Explain this to me because I actually heard it wrong, but now I found it. Or maybe they wrote it wrong in Genius. Like the big dig, baby, nobody can finish me. Because I definitely thought he said, I'm a big dick, baby, nobody can finish me. And I was like, is that what happens with big dick? What's the big dig?
I have no idea.
Another fucking thing I have to Google. For being like,
I hope it's
so generic, he has lines that I just can't explain, and no one at Genius has taken the time to either. The Big Dig is the most expensive highway project in the United States.
Where was it at? If it's in Massachusetts, I'll give him
It's
that.
in Massachusetts,
If it's not
Boston,
Okay.
Mass, baby, Boston, Mass. Hometown knows.
Okay, if we're being honest, Cena does get some pretty solid references in these songs.
I guess. Like if you're making if this was like a local band being like, yeah, no one's gonna finish us. Like if I made an Elsewhere song, it's like, yeah, I'm like construction on 83.
Yo, we rolling through Dauphin County. The streets is never safe. Yeah, there's a lot of references to Massachusetts events, landmarks, locales, people in this song.
He makes a lot of football references in this song. It's almost all football references.
He did wear a lot of jerseys when he was at this era in his wrestling career. Was all jerseys to the ring, all jerseys and jorts.
I'm guessing it's all Patriots jerseys.
No, he would mix it up. It was not like. Generally
Why?
speaking, I think when he wasn't like a heel, he would wear like a jersey from the team that the city they were in. So if he was like in Atlanta, he'd wear like a Falcons jersey or something like that.
Well, he seems to be a Patriots fan.
He probably is. He's from fucking New England. Everybody in New England's a Patriots fan.
All right, well, I
Number
learned today
13.
what Beantown is.
Oh, yeah. Do you know of the Bean in Chicago?
Nope.
Okay, that's a different episode. Number 13. This is how we roll. We still have fucking 4 more songs.
This is not even on Genius, but here it is.
Oh, it is on Genius, but it's under a different artist.
No, this is how we roll.
I don't smile as such, buddy. Ain't much.
That's weird because on Spotify it's all the same 3
I know.
listings.
I know,
Yeah.
because I noticed that when I was looking at the lyrics and I went to click on the next one, because you can go to the bottom of Genius and it has like the next song. It was a completely different album.
Well, I'm not reading lyrics then. I'll just read my notes.
Go ahead.
Okay, I think there's a line because I can't find it now, but fuck your boring rap. The irony is unreal. The song is so laid back, you can say that. And again, there's no confidence in the voice. Song sounds so different than the beginning of the album sounded. That's all I have.
Yeah, I just there's a piano part at the beginning to start the song. Sounds like something from a Mario level. Then it repeats a couple times, followed by Cena singing the fucking hook again. You can't sing the hook. He sings them the same way in every single song. It's literally the same thing. They just changed the words. Some notable lyrics from this song is y'all can choke on a shit sandwich with no bread. Back to bread.
Fred mentioned.
I just really can't understand. And then I just can't understand why Cena is still doing these hooks. He raps well, but he cannot sing. Throw me a whore and call me Kobe, because you know that I'ma beat the case. Yikes. I buy some land and never even see the place. Vegetarian chicks go on giving meat a taste.
What does that mean?
I don't know. Evidently, at this point, John Cena's so rich he just buys a house. He never needs to go to it, which would be nice, but I will never afford that. And maybe
The
John
vegetarian girls
Cena.
will eat meat even if they're vegetarian. I guess. I don't- Is
I
that what it's
guess.
supposed to mean?
That's. I'm 17 and I'm very badass and I have sex.
It's
Yeah, we are really in the fucking trenches of probably the worst music we've ever discussed on this podcast.
they really should have cut this down to 5 or 6 songs. Is my final takeaway. Even though we're not done yet, but it does not need to be a 17-song album.
It could have been an EP for sure.
And I think if I walked
14.
out of it as an EP, I'd be like,
Okay.
okay, it's all right. It's not fucking world changing, but like, good for you, John Cena. You made a good EP, but the album is dog shit.
And this is a message to anybody who's a local musician while listening to this. Never stop creating your art. Because if this album from 2005 can fucking go platinum, whatever you're doing with your music will get some notoriety at some point. Because holy shit, I can't believe this got as popular as it did.
Yep.
Are we on the 14? Please tell me we're on the 14.
We are. We're on a 14. What Now by WWE /
What
John
Now?
Cena / The Trademark. Here we go.
Evidently, at one point, the trademark dropped the, and he's just not trademark.
Might slide, but we ain't gonna slip. No way, if the meek shall inherit the
Yeah, more female vocals that I really didn't like. They really did not pay for these female vocalists. They're not helping them out by putting any sort of tuning on their voices. Like, it's just the production, I think, is just very lacking. Song's really repetitive and boring. I can't even tell who's rapping most of this album. I don't understand the whole John Cena thing. Also, how much credit did the WWE need? They have to be listed as the #1 artist on the listing, and they have to have the title of the album as the first word WWE in it. I am so glad this album finally had a flute solo, though.
Literally, the only thing I wrote was, I don't like this song. Wait a second. Solo brings it back for me. The flute solo was impeccable. And I don't know who played the flute solo, but I like to think it was John Cena. John Cena playing a tiny flute with his gigantic hands. That makes it a little bit better for me.
I love the memes where they played like the John Cena intro track with the recorders and the nose. This is a different female vocalist, by the way, so I'm gonna look up where they're from.
Probably just another member of Boy Crazy.
I don't know. I think it might be a solo artist if it's the same person.
Yeah, at this point, she probably doesn't want to let people know that she was on the John Cena album.
She's a country artist with 1 album, I guess.
Oh, interesting. What's her name?
Kristen Esbicki.
as Mickey. All
Album
right, thanks for the hook
2011.
on this one. Thanks for this, Chris, and I'm glad I didn't have to hear fucking John Cena sing another hook.
Yeah.
But goddamn. Number 15. Please, someone fucking kill me.
Know the rep.
Know the rep.
15.
A 40 caliber toothbrush stuck in aim. We roll like 18 wheelers in the trucking game. I'm nice with mics.
I
There's
can't hear
nothing
it.
more I
Can't
like
about
than
it.
to paralyze your left side and leave you all right.
Well, the random part I played was not John Cena, so it was better.
Man, the opening verse is the worst on the whole album. Don't let this guy rap anymore. Okay, this is actually the worst rapping on the album. I like to take notes as I'm listening to the song. I don't wait till the end. Everyone's verse on this album, on this song, just sucks. Trademark also said the line, like baby sucking tits talking about mommy, let's cuddle. What? And then I wrote, Trademark only got work on this album because he's John Cena's cousin and had a computer. Also, once again, please watch Rap World by Conor O'Malley. Watch Rap World by Conor O'Malley after you listen to this and pretend that it's John Cena and Trademark working on the album because it's so much funnier that way.
Is John Cena ever called the J Daddy?
Never once in my life have I ever heard that.
Genius.
And I've been a wrestling
disagrees.
fan for about 25 years.
Says John Cena or the Day Dad or the J Daddy as he is also called.
In what realm?
I don't know. You don't know wrestling, brother.
I guess I don't. Also, sorry for anybody watching this because the lighting in my living room is fucking dog shit. I have a Pizza Hut fucking chandelier of a light is my light in my living room. So
All right, but is John Cena even in this song? Who are you battle rapping against? This song has so many features, and it's like so much of this album is so like optimistic and like featuring a bunch of artists and having a bunch of different voices, and then have like a battle rap song that's antagonistic is kind of weird. Are they battling each other? Are they like they don't? I don't know who he has beef with at this point. I'm not sure what the point of the song was. It's kind of boring, but at least the vocalists of the other verses have confidence in what they're saying. It's different anytime John Cena raps. That's all I have. I don't know who this is targeted to. So it's like
maybe he's got beef with the vegetarian chick from a couple songs ago.
I guess
I have no fucking idea.
it's
But
Freddie
please,
Fox.
let's not.
Now you
Freddie
deal
Fox
with
isn't-
Corrupt Mob. What's Corrupt Mob?
Why do I know? Why would I know that?
Fucking. We need a person on this podcast who just Google shit at this point. Corrupt Mob.
That's your job. You're the Googler.
It's a place in New York. All it comes up with is an Instagram. It's a bar in New York, I guess.
Oh, cool. I couldn't care less.
Yeah, the references are so like niche on a big album like this is supposed to be like I feel like a cash grab kind of album to be like, here's our wrestler, here's a big album. That it's just
Yeah, to make the most specific references.
like the highway and the local bar or something.
The Big Dig. All right. Number 16, Chain Gang is the Click.
I'll play
Thank
a
God.
bit and then I have a question for you.
Check us. Y'all don't gotta like us, but you gon' respect us, motherfucker. Chain gang is the place. Trademark.
What the fuck is Chain Gang?
I think it's a reference to like the chain that he wore. I think he was trying to make Chain Gang a thing. So that's something that happens a lot in wrestling is you kind of just like take something and try to make it part of your gimmick.
Is
You
he
try to
most,
like
popular artist to wear a chain? Popular like a wrestler? I feel like Chain has to be a gimmick before John Cena, the white boy.
there's a wrestler from the 1980s called the Junkyard Dog who I'm pretty sure wore a chain, but didn't use it to like the extent that John Cena used it. Like when John Cena had a heel run in like the early 2000s and stuff, he would use that chain a lot as a weapon in the match to win.
Like
Like
Mr.
the
T
referee
even
would be
wears a chain?
distracted. Mr. T was not technically a wrestler. He was just a part of WrestleMania 1. He was just a part of the WWF at the time, but wasn't really a wrestler.
Okay.
And John Cena's, Mr. T's chains are fashion chains. John Cena's chains are function chains. John Cena's chains can be used as a weapon. Mr. T's chains are very expensive and you would not use them as a weapon. I pity the fool who uses Mr. T's chains as a weapon.
I do as well, I guess.
I put, stop letting John Cena sing hooks. Back with a decent beat, at least. A lot of really cool sounds. And I put the lyric, y'all belly meatin' beef and nothing but baloney foes.
I guess.
What? It's a pretty mess song. Not much to say here. Glad to be almost done, though.
Reading a lyric that was above the lyric you wrote. We react so quick the 5-0 couldn't even call the cops on us. Isn't 5-0 slang for cops?
As far as I know.
So he's so quick that the cops can't call the cops on him?
Yeah, you don't... Let's be honest. You don't want double cops. Nobody wants double the cops. Well, it just gets so lazy the second half of them. It's so bad.
Yeah, that's all I got for this one, to be honest.
That's good, because I do have a little bit extra for number 17, and we're finally fucking here. Number 17, the last song on the goddamn album. I can't believe, first of all, there's 17 songs on this album. But if it all ended tomorrow as the closing track, and it does, if you're like, man, I listened to 16 songs, maybe the last one's gonna be good. It's not.
No, it might be the worst. Here it is.
Me down. Now they on about shovels and the way to the ground. What now? Reaching on the way that they hand thing. Waiting patiently to do the 6-foot sand thing now.
Seen before, open.
And you're welcome, the listeners, that I'm just randomly not scrubbing to a part where John Cena's rapping. I keep trying to find John Cena, but it's hard. Towards the end of the album, he does like one verse a song, maybe.
Yeah. Man. So I wrote, this isn't a terrible chorus sang by Cena. It's probably the best one he does on the album. But I guess the whole song is about how a man showed up to Cena's door to kill him because he was sleeping with the man's wife. And if I'm being honest, if you told me to guess, you're like, hey, Tyler, okay. You just listened to 16 tracks of John Cena. I need you to guess what you think the lyrical content about track number 17 is going to be. I would have never in a million years guessed that this story was the lyrical content of this song. I actually I Googled it to see if it was an actual thing. See if it was like, oh, this story and John Cena wrote a song about it. It's not. As far as I know, it's not. I couldn't find anything.
I thought you were about to blow my mind.
No, I'm about to blow your mind with something else after you say that. What you have to say, I guess.
I just didn't like the lyrics. First of all, I don't think that if it ended tomorrow trope, like if the world ended tomorrow trope could be like an interesting one. I don't think I got the whole story like you did, because maybe you were like reading it and I was just listening to my car. I didn't follow a cohesive narrative. But they made the topic really cliche and generic. It seems to be the motto for this album. Some of these topics could have been interesting, but they chose to make them not go in that direction.
Yes, so I agree with everything you had to say there. But also in my Googling of finding out if this was a real life event that happened to John Cena, I found from roughly... Actually, I can pull it up and see when it was done exactly. Where are we at here? A fan made a music video for this song where he impersonates John Cena during it. It was uploaded to YouTube 14 years ago. It has 7.2 thousand views. And when we upload this to Spotify and stuff, I will make sure to post a link to this video in the story so you can watch it. Because it is hilariously good and bad all at the same time.
Is it like super serious?
Yes, the man is taking himself very seriously.
Yeah, I knew it.
Like, wears the jerseys. He like films part of it in his garage. like it is in the Discord stream room chat that you can watch it after we're done here. And I need like your full review of it.
Ooh, incentive for people to join the Discord. It's in every
Yeah.
description and of every episode.
But yeah, we finally
Especially
did
if you
17 tracks in.
Especially if you playing Monster Hunter, because some of us be playing that Monster Hunter if you want in on some haunts. Jordy's not here to fucking gush about it.
I know. How funny is it that we can talk about Monster Hunter and Jordy didn't
So
make
what's up,
it to
Jordy?
this
You're
part of
probably
the episode?
listening, and Monster Hunter sucks, buddy, and you're not even here to defend it.
No, Monster Hunter
Should've
Wilds
been
is very
here.
good. We've actually all been playing it a lot. I think I just clocked my 40th hour right before we started this podcast today. Ori has way more than that. Jordy, I think, probably
even
has
more
way
than
more
that.
than that.
It's
I think Jordy is probably pushing 80 hours.
But all right, let's wrap this up. What do you want to add to the playlist that's cleanse the fucking ears for the people out there?
Let me pull up my Spotify here real quick because I'm not sure what I feel like music has not been hitting the same for me right now. I will say though, this past Friday, what was the date? The 7th? A lot of great albums came out this week. The new Whitechapel album came out. It's pretty good. New Spirit Box album, not a huge fan of that band. But the album I think is pretty good. Lady Gaga put out a new album, which is pretty good also. And then a band that Elsewhere had played with once before back in December, Plead the Widow's Cause, put out a really great album that I think is probably my favorite album that got released on Friday. So listen to all those. Support Plead the Widow's Cause. They're just a local band from New Jersey and they're really good. But fuck, what am I gonna add?
I'll go
Oh,
first.
did you see that? Did you see that Turnover? They're re-releasing Peripheral Vision.
Yes.
Did you listen to the alternate version of Humming?
No, you asked me this last night.
Did I really?
Yes, you were high.
Yeah, okay. Fun fact: I stopped playing, and then I just went and sat on my couch, and then it was about a half hour later. I was just like, I've been here for a really long time, and I had to like give myself a pep talk to get up the stairs. I was like, all right, we're gonna make it up. I was very high. I was like, we're gonna make it up the stairs. And then like another 10 minutes passed, and I was just like, I think I have to sleep downstairs tonight. I don't think I'm gonna make it upstairs. Eventually, I got the willpower. I mean, but the alternate version of Humming is so fucking bad, and I hate it.
Yes. I will have to.
It's
listen
so
sometime.
bad.
That's not what you're adding to the
It's-
podcast, though. I'm adding After Midnight by Chaperone because I've been infected with the fucking virus of whatever this
Yes.
cult is.
I tried, cause after midnight, I'm feeling kinda freaky, maybe it's the club lights. I kinda wanna kiss your girlfriend if you don't mind.
Glad you finally came.
I love a little drama.
She has some really nice flips in the head voice that are really interesting melodies to listen to. So, listen to the album for the first time. The whole album. I think there's some weaker songs, but it's solid. I can't be a hater any longer.
I think she's actually releasing a new song on the 13th too. You got on just in time.
I'm here for it, buddy. I'm free.
I will also say, I know you're not a Sabrina Carpenter fan, but Sabrina Carpenter's song, I think, Espresso or Please Please Please, just hit 2 billion plays on Spotify.
Jesus.
Song's been out less than a year.
Well, Chaperrone's at 45.5 million monthlies.
Yeah, can you imagine? Can you believe that Chaperone has made like $8 off of her Spotify streams?
Which has to be like, how many users do you think are on Spotify? Like that'd be an interesting. Like I want to know like the fucking split here.
All right, if I'm adding a song to this playlist, it's from a video game, and it's the song "Spring." It's a big world outside from Stardew Valley.
Didn't you add this before?
No, it was in my video game music episode.
Oh.
But this is a fucking bop.
Here it is.
You better be playing the right one.
All right.
Oh, we fucking did it. Jesus Christ. The hardest episode we've ever had to do. And Jordy got off halfway through it.
Damn. So it's estimated that Spotify has 626 million users. So the monthlies that Chappell Roan has is about 7% of the total user base, which is kind of actually still insane that like that sort of outreach that like of the people who listen to music, 10% has heard your music that month.
Yeah. It's also crazy to me that there's so many people who haven't heard Chappell Roan. I know there's like Spotify users in like other countries where maybe Chappell Roan's not quite as big, but
And there
like,
has to be like accounts that aren't even used.
right.
Like someone made an account.
Somebody who, yeah, like, oh, I got Spotify, but Apple Music is better or whatever. But we fucking did it. John Cena's done. The only way we're ever talk about John Cena's music again is if he happens to release a second album this year. So if he does, you're welcome, and we'll talk about it again. So you don't have to listen to it.
Twist my arm to do that, but
no. If it's my album pick, it's my album pick. So.
All right. Well, on behalf of Pass the Hawks and Missing Jordy, thanks for listening, everyone. Hope that didn't hurt too much. I don't know why we're a pain cast now, but.
There's actually a deep cut. Jordy's been here the entire time. You just can't see him now.
It's whatever. Anyway, hope you enjoy your day today. Hope we gave you some funny quips, but we'll see you next time with a better album, hopefully.
I hope we didn't ruin your day.
It's blame John Cena. That's all I have to say. He kicked someone in the nuts.
Send him a DM.
All right, see you guys.